and that's what killed Richard.
It's a great delight to know that you're still there with us. This is This Morning on ITV Ultimate News and Current Affairs breakfast show on television. Now, as we navigate through the unfolding security challenges in Nigeria, our focus extends to the impact of the recent advisory from the United States urging its citizens to exercise caution, particularly in major cities and hotels. And they are also saying citizens should avoid flashpoints in Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa State, where the off-cycle election will be taking place. Now, we aim to unravel the layers of this complex issue, shed light on the broader implications. Now, introducing our guest this morning, we have with us here in the studio a security expert, someone that has been in the forefront in security issue. He is a person of Reverend Sharif Azeke, a renowned security expert with years of experience in navigating the intricate landscape of security dynamics. He's also the CEO Sapphire Shield security outfit. I got that right?
And safety.
Okay, Sapphire Shield and Safety.
Security and safety.
Welcome to the program, Reverend Sharif.
Thank you very much.
Now, looking at the security issue in the country, let's just have your opinion on the overview thought of the current situation of the country in terms of security.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Security issue, as long as Nigeria is concerned, is a serious matter right now. If we have any problem that is very big before us, it's insecurity. And the thing is spreading. It's not reducing. It's spreading to the nook and crannies of the entire country. And it's affecting the fabric of the existence of this nation. And much needs to be done in the area of security, because it affects everything that we do as long as life is concerned. So we must address security holistically. It's not just addressing it in one direction. Nigeria, like I would say, is a good vehicle with bad drivers.
What do you mean by that?
Yes. Nigeria as a country is well blessed. Nigeria is well positioned by God in the area of natural resources and human capacity. But the problem we are having right now is not Nigeria as a nation. It's Nigerians.
Okay.
Specifically, our leaders. Unfortunately, the disaster we have in Nigeria is not earthquake. It's not tsunami.
So what's the disaster?
The disaster is leadership disaster.
Whoa.
And that is what is causing this quagmire of insecurity in our country. It's very, very unfortunate. We have a fine country, but managed by people who do not have the interests, who are selfish in their way of dealing.
So how significant is the US-UK warning traveling advisory to its citizens here in the country? Now, recently they have actually asked their citizens to avoid major cities, mostly hotels in major cities in Nigeria. They also told them to avoid flashpoints in Kogi, Imo, Bayelsa, and Bayelsa, where the off-cycle election will be taking place. They've also mentioned some cities in the country where their citizens should avoid. Now, this is not the first time US or UK or international body are sending warning advisory notes to its citizens. How does that impact our architectural system, our security architectural system?
America is sending a signal to their citizens. It's not a news. It's part of their security arrangement.
Okay.
To we who are here, wow, it's a news. But to them, it's not a news because they value every citizen. America's system is so programmed and organized in the area of security. Security is a priority as long as the Americans are concerned. And they give priority to every city. As long as you're an American citizen, you have ultimate security.
Ultimate security.
Wherever you are, they can go any length. They can spend any amount to keep their citizens alive. But unfortunately, when it comes back home, the reason why we are seeing all these things, because in Nigeria, lives are not valued. The value for life in Nigeria is very, very low. Somebody went to a country, a Nigerian went to a country, he killed a bird, parrot, he was arrested. He was prosecuted.
It's as serious as that.
Yes, he was deported. If you can kill a bird, you can kill a human being. So that is what they believe. But in Nigeria, you hear in the news, 50 people died this morning. It does not make sense. It's very painful. You hear yesterday, 100 people died. Life continues like nothing happens. It's very painful. A few days ago, I watched a clip where more than 14 people were butchered in their farmers.
Recently?
By terrorists, yes, a few days ago. People went to farm, they were attacked by terrorists. They were not just killed, they were butchered. And it's like nothing has happened. We have been hearing this news. Go to the YouTube, you will see a lot of videos of Nigerians being massacred.
On daily basis.
On daily, being killed as if we don't have government. We don't have people who are checkmating the lives of its citizens. Everybody is afraid. Even you are afraid of yourself. You are afraid of your home. You are afraid of your environment. You are afraid of the system. You are afraid of your leaders. The situation right now is not palatial.
Now, we have institutions saddled with the responsibility of protecting lives and property, which directly they are answerable to the office of the president. Now, miles away from Nigeria, down to US, UK, they are sending advisory note, warning advisory notes to their citizens here in the country. It could be that they have more sophisticated digital equipment, technology in place that has helped them to cope such area, because for you to just sit down here in the comfort of your zone in your country and just send an advisory note to someone miles away from you, it means that you must have taken a proper check of the area. What are we not doing right? And how can we start doing the right thing so that lives and property will be top-notch and top priority in our nation?
The primary purpose of government, just two things: the protection of the citizens and the welfare. If the government failed in protecting us and taking care of our welfare, they failed woefully. One of the ways to know that the government has failed is when the citizens are not protected and when their welfare is not a priority. That's what we're experiencing today. And America is so organized when it comes to the issue of security. They spend money when it comes to security because of the value they have for their citizens. They'll do everything to protect. Even one America, they can spend billions to protect that one America that is in trouble. But when it comes to this place, unfortunately, we don't see that. The Americans ought not to come to Nigeria to begin to find out what is happening. They have system as well. They are using technology. And one of the best ways to address security issue is the employment of technology, which we have not really prioritized.
Embraced.
We have not embraced it. We are using manual system to address something that is very, very dynamic. It's funny. The American man ought not to be in the field. Right in the operational room, they see everything. They can tell you what is happening in the city. They can tell you who is in the city. They can tell you the vehicles that are moving, the ones that are okay and the ones that are used by criminals. They have more to do in the area of telling what is happening.
Just from the operational room.
They have the gadget. What is the need of the satellites? They use the satellites. Right now, if you have your phone, you want to call somebody in America, just dial your phone. Somebody will pick it from America. That is the work of technology. If we can use technology to address insecurity, we will go a long way. But it's like we are dragging our feet and something is wrong somewhere. Not that we don't have the money, not that we don't have the people, not that we don't have the manpower or what it takes to address it.
Now, if we have the manpower, we have the resources. Of course, we know how much is being released into security votes given to state governors. We are not even looking at the one they sent to security architecture at the federal level. Now, if we're having all this in place, we have the human resources, we have the financial strength. Recently, the military chiefs traveled somewhere to inspect an helicopter that will be delivered in the country any moment from now. If we have all this money in place, what could be the problem? I know corruption is one.
One of the problems is sincerity.
Okay.
Because when there is no sincerity, there will be obscurity. You cannot manage security issue when you are not sincere.
You can't manage security issue when you are not sincere.
There must be sincerity. What we are doing is for the betterment of the citizens, and we must do everything to protect lives and property of everyone. We need to go into the usage of technology. We don't need to send all our soldiers to the bush to be looking for terrorists. We can use the drone. We can use the satellites to fish them out. Our soldiers are being killed weekly or whatever. It's very painful because we have not been able to utilize we have not maximized the usage of technology in handling all these things. Look at our cities. How many CCTV cameras do we have in our cities? I went to a country, the entire shops glassed. You see gold and silver being displayed. I said, can somebody just pick this thing? He said, if before you even have the mind, something has already signaled them that somebody is having the mind to steal something.
Oh.
Somebody told me. He said, before you think of even your body movement, there's a signal
so
that
they have technology that read minds.
This your body movement is criminal.
It's suspicious.
Somebody will just pick it and they will focus on you. But here, our entire cities, no CCTV cameras. Who is watching who? Nobody is watching anybody. Everywhere is porous. Anybody can do anything. A criminal can come today and carry out whatever and succeed. Because we don't have people on ground or the system on ground, technology on ground, to checkmate the activities of everyone on a daily basis. So we have a long road to go.
There are cases where even when you spot some of these criminals in our localities, by the time they get to the authorities, they just get off the hook. One call away, they are off the hook. So how do we now address issues like this?
That is why I said sincerity. When we are sincere, we can handle these things very simple. In America, they are going to about 400 million. But when you go there, those that don't have challenges, they have. But there's a way they manage their situation. But our own is too porous. Okay, let us look at, number one, our borders. Our borders are open. As I'm talking right now, we have a lot of strangers in our midst. Nobody's checking them. They are coming in their drones. They are living with us, doing one or two things. We think that they are just here for nothing. Some of them are jobless. You see them, they are marooners everywhere, scavengers everywhere. We think that these guys are just looking for iron and looking for one or two things. Who is checking them? Nobody's checking them. I went to a place in a country. I saw Nigerians. They were living like vampires. I asked, why are you hiding? In the night you come out. In the daytime you are in the hide. They said, because they don't have papers.
Wow.
Anytime they hear the siren, you see all of them are entering into the house. But here, even when you hear the siren, you see police, whatever, these guys are moving freely. And many of them are criminals. They are in our forest. They've taken over most of our forest. Our farmers can't go to farm. And that one is resulting to insecurity because when there is no food, we call it food security. When you don't eat, I don't eat. The hungry man is the angry man. And when I'm hungry, I'll be angry. And when I'm angry, guess what I will do?
You do your ticket.
So that aspect, the government need to handle it. Thank God for Edo State. I want to really appreciate our governor, Governor Obaseki, for what he's doing in Edo State. In the area of recruiting more vigilantes, in terms of training. You can't just wear the uniform and be doing the job. You have to be trained by the Nigerian police. We just passed out 1,500 last week here. I was part of that training program. And the government is coming up again to also train about 3,000 before the year goes up.
Are they currently on government payroll? Because there have been concerns that some of these young men, they don't get any tips from the government.
But I think there's hope. And government will take care of that.
It's wanting to train people, arm them, and give them sensitive responsibility as security, lives, and property. But if you don't give them some kind of support, financial support, will that affect their morale?
There's incentive going on, but I believe that the government has a better package for them.
Okay. Now, you actually made mention of having strangers in our localities, and these strangers, they walk around freely without anyone checking them. Recently, the issue that broke out between Israel and Hamas and Gaza now, or Palestine by extension. From some of the reports that the Israel Defense Forces actually gave actually came up this way. That some of the guys that actually attack these armless civilians, they were actually living in these neighborhoods for a while. They took out surveillance and launched attack after a while. Now, we have seen cases like that. Most communities within our society here, they are not safe. According to you, farmers don't even go to farm again. Away from that, we have people that cannot even come out from their houses. That how do we start putting things in place, down to the grassroots, to the top?
I think we can learn from what happened in Israel. I think today make it a month and 2 days. They've studied the people. They were relaxed. And in the course of being relaxed, they launched attack. They killed about 1,400 Israelis. And it was a painful attack. But look at the reprisal. Israel just have to be on their toes to make sure that this issue of Hamas is taken care of once and for all.
All right, now we'll take a short break and we'll come back and extend the front line of this discussion. Do stay with us.
The 2023 Miss ITV Beauty Pageant. Do you have what it takes to represent the Miss ITV brand? This is your moment on the big stage to explore and showcase your beauty talent at the 2023 Miss ITV Beauty Pageant.
This event is sponsored by
Chance Farms International Limited and for sales and training in fishery, plantain farming, livestock farms, practical-oriented training program on solar system installations, manufacture of Brighton's refrigerator timers and Brighton super saving LED energy bulbs, manufacture of Brighton's alternator booster, national head office at Brighton's Building Complex, 42B, Federal Government Girls College Road, opposite UBTH back gate, same road with the former office, Ubo, Benin City.
Benko aluminum roofing sheets with the latest technology in long span and step tiles roofing sheets, stone coated metal tile, classic stone coated tile, shingle stone coated tile in different colors, latest Metcopo roofing sheets located at kilometer 12 Sapler Road opposite Guinness Depot before bypass or 118 Sapler Road opposite Corn Oil filling station. Telephone 080-5562-7276 or 090-600-61531. Unilodge Realty and Property Developers Limited, sales and procurement of lands, properties and automobiles of any kind in Benin, Lagos and Abuja. Now selling a plot for 2 million naira at Unilodge Housing Estate Efosa behind Unimen Ugbo. A plot for 1.5 million naira at Unilodge Hilltop Estate Iguero off Benin Lagos Expressway. 3 million naira for a plot at Oasis Gardens off Oluku Bypass. 8 million naira for a plot at UPTH Housing Estate Phase 2 Ugbo. 4.5 million naira for a plot at Montana Gardens, Ekpet, Lagos. Head office number 12B, New Shopping Complex opposite Hall 2 Car Park, Uniben, Ugbo, Benin City. Telephone 081-594-57077 or 081-208-95789.
Treated Osteo Orthopedic and Acupuncture Center, Benin City. Number 6, Idenya Crescent off Adeswa Grammar School Road off Sapler Road, GRA, Benin City.
For sponsorship and information, please call the Special Event Committee on 0806-422-6638 or 0803-378-1060 and 0803-669-0141. Miss ITV Beauty Pageant 2023, showcasing the creative and innovative.
Thank you so much for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, this is This Morning on ITV special Thursday morning edition with your sincerely Daniel Praise. We still have with us in the studio Reverend Sharif Azeke, who is a security expert. We have been looking at so many things. We're looking at the insecurity in the nation, and we are also x-raying the warning security advisory note given to the citizens of US and that of UK in the country, telling them to avoid major hotels major cities of the country. Now, let's look at the factors affecting insecurity. What are the factors?
When it comes to factor, you don't cut a tree from the middle and expect the tree to die. That's what we are doing in Nigeria. We try to cut the tree from the middle in terms of addressing security.
It will spring up again.
It will spring up. Okay, let's cut this tree and leave it for some time. Before you know, 6 months, the tree will spring up and grow different branches that you cannot even manage. I think before you, and when we want to handle security, we should go to the grassroots. We should begin to handle security from the grassroots. You give grassroots approach to security. And one of the ways to give grassroots approach to security is to look at the aspect of poverty. Because when you check very well, most Nigerians are poor. Like what they will say, more than 134 million Nigerians are below poverty range. So it's a painful situation because when you have poor people around you, that is insecurity on its own. The reason why people go to Western world developed country because they have rich people everywhere. Even the less privileged are rich to an extent.
Even the less privileged are privileged.
Yeah, they are privileged
to an extent.
So many things. But here, the poverty rate is very high. And the more the poverty rate is going up, the more insecurity is going up. There's no way you can, there's no rocket science, there's no magic, there's no even prayer. We must address the poverty aspect of the people. Because if that is taken care of, to an extent, there will be a fresh air in the area of security. Apart from poverty, unemployment. The unemployment rate is very high. Look at our youth. They leave school today, nowhere to go. The idle's mind is the devil's workshop. We have a,
that's an old adage now.
Yeah, we have a big company of youth, a legion of youth without employment. And that's why you see many of them are going into so many evil vices. You can't stop them.
Just to survive.
Just to survive. Many of them are leaving this country in their drones. Go to the airport. You see the exit and the entrance. You see how busy the exit is compared to the entrance. People are leaving Nigeria in drones because of the unemployment issue. Look at our doctors. Our doctors are living in their drones. Because when you have few doctors to manage more than 220 million people, that is suicide mission. And you look at even the police. The police is underfunded. Look at the strength of the police.
Based on UN standard, we are not meeting up.
We are below 400,000 police officers in Nigeria here. More than, let me say 400,000. To manage 220 million people, that's a suicide mission. In the area of funding, there's a problem. Look at the military also. The number of the military is still low. I just read something a few days ago about the strength of China in the area of their military might. Now, China has more than 2 million soldiers. 2 million soldiers guiding China. How many thousands of soldiers do we have guiding this country? So we can increase the number. In the area of technology, let us employ technology. Let the police use technology to address crime. Let the military use technology to address crime. Apart from poverty, apart from unemployment, look at our borders. Our borders are porous, open for whosoever to come in. Let the borders be well managed. Because if our borders are porous, anything can come in. You can imagine the rate of bringing arms. The police came up the other day to talk about the numbers of arms in the country. Because there are arms everywhere. We believe it or not. There are arms everywhere. People are,
there's no control measure.
No control. Because the borders are open. Because when the borders are well managed, to an extent, it can take care of that aspect. Apart from our borders, marginalization. We should address the issue of marginalization. Because it's part of insecurity. Because when a particular set of people, they are being marginalized, what would they do? Like what is happening in the East. The East used to be a very safe haven. You go to the East, you can go to any community and sleep, have your peaceful holiday or weekend.
It's one of the safest regions in Nigeria.
In the back then. But look at, the East is boiling. One of the things is that they were marginalized, whether we like it or not, in the past. If this present government can bridge the whole thing together, it can also quell the insecurity going on in that place. Apart from marginalization, selfishness. When the leaders are selfish, just imagine a councillor just being elected into office.
Local government council.
Local government councillor. Less than 1 year. He's talking about millions.
In his account.
Not talk about the local government chairman, the governor, the senate, or whatever. Because the issue of governance, the way in which governance is being handled in Nigeria is very terrible and horrible. Because most of people that want to go to politics, they have ulterior motive. Because it's supposed to be service. Somebody was talking about 130 million naira vehicle stuff. The man said he has more than even vehicle that worth more than that. If you have a vehicle of 2 million naira, of 200 million naira as a personal vehicle, why can't you be using it for service?
Why accept that of the government?
Why not be using your own? They will go and pack their own and be using government property.
And create more pressure in the system.
More pressure. If I were to be the president of this country, like President Tinubu, one of the first things I would tell Nigerians that they should not pay me.
They shouldn't pay you.
It should not be paid.
Okay.
He has money. He should just come to Nigeria, please. I don't want salary. I want to serve.
Can we find a servant leader like that in this
That's
country?
the one we are looking at. We are praying for God to give us leaders that will have Nigeria in mind, that will build this nation. Look at Italy. The Italians, they built Italy before they started building Italians. After finished building Italy, they began to build Italians. We've not even built Nigeria much to build Nigerians. So the whole thing is so void. So if we begin to have leaders who have the mind of the people, you enter there to serve, not to amass wealth. You enter there to serve. Look at Nigeria is more than 63 years old. Look at our road, no roads, no lights. Look at our hospitals. Look at our schools. What are we gaining as Nigerians in this country? I just said it that our youth mostly, they are leaving this country in their drones. And unfortunately, they are going to a country that may not even accept them. Many of them are in prisons. Many of them are suffering. Look at Canada. Many of them went to Canada. A few days ago, they increased their rentage. And many Nigerians are living under the bridge, under the canopy, under this cold. Now you see some of them are freezing.
It's freaking cold.
When you have a country you can be proud of, Nigeria should be a destination. Nigeria should be a tourist center, not a terrorist center. Because it's becoming like a terrorist center. Look at America just giving whispering to their citizens, please don't go here, don't go here, don't go here, because all is not safe.
And they've been doing that over and over.
And they've told their citizens, if in case you have any issue, these are the numbers. Call the embassy. Quickly, we are coming to rescue you. Irrespective of where they are. They will get maximum rescue. In our own country here. Foreigners cannot even come to Nigeria. I saw the other day a white man with three soldiers guiding him. I said, what is all this?
Our soldiers.
Yes, our soldiers. Of recent, few days ago, he was inspecting a gutter. A gutter. How can a white man be inspecting a gutter? Where are our youths? Where are our engineers? You bring a white man from somewhere to be inspecting a gutter with three soldier officers.
And we have limited manpower. And you have three soldiers.
It's a painful
guiding one man.
I'm telling you, not only I went to immigration office the other day. I saw children everywhere. I thought it was Children's Day. What is happening? Why children today? Are you having children party? He said no. They are just registering them, documenting their papers, giving them passports, so that they can check out. Our children are living every day. Even in the television studio, you see advertisement of foreign schools. Has become a norm. Even in the church, you hear ministers. They will be telling their congregation, I see God taking you to America. I see God taking you to this. And they will be happy.
That could it be now that we don't believe in our nation that will rise again?
The spirit of patriotism has so far been reduced in this country.
So how can we start injecting the spirit of patriotism back to the Nigerian
We
system?
begin to speak love. Let us be sincere with what we are doing. Let us love our country. Nigeria is a beautiful country. It's one of the best countries in the world. And Nigerians are good people. Let's be sincere. Nigerians, go to abroad. You know what I'm talking about. Nigerians are good people. We are so blessed by God in all ramifications. Nigeria and Nigerians are blessed in all ramifications. So what is the problem? Our leaders should be sincere. Leadership is our problem. Our leaders should be sincere the way they handle the citizens. They should love the citizens. They should love this country. December is coming. The Yuletide season is coming. It's a season of crime. So we should be talking to our people to be security conscious. Everybody, like what we are doing, we go to communities. We educate people because Nigerians, we need security education. It's not just the gun. The gun is not the solution to security matters. The people should be educated in the area of security. There should be sensitization program going on everywhere. When COVID-19 came, you see the way the government took it. There was strong awareness everywhere.
Very, very strong one.
They spent money doing advertisement, carrying out projects and programs. But if they can put 5% of that energy into security matter, to an extent we are going far. We are just going far. We should be more conscious of the people that we live with. Because I said it just now, we have a lot of strangers in our midst. Some of them they are now with suits. I'm telling you the truth. Some of them they come like angels, but inside them,
in wolf
they come in sheep clothes, but they are wolves. That's why we have to be very careful. We have spies everywhere. We like it or not, we have spies. Before the Hamas carry out their attack,
deadly attack,
they were spies on ground. They were spies without even the Israelites knowing. They were spies all around. They were informants.
Living with them in their
living
neighborhood.
with them. So in our midst, we have informants, we have spies. We have to be very careful with the people that are. When I say a Nigerian, I will know. This is a Nigerian. What
are the characteristics and features of a Nigerian?
When you look at the features of Nigerians, you will know this one is even the accent. You know some of them here that they say they come from the north. I live in the north for some years. The little Hausa I will speak to them, they cannot reply me.
Yeah, that's true.
If you say you are from the north, I just speak little Hausa, you cannot reply. We have Malians, we have Burkina Faso, we have people from Niger, the Nigerians. They're everywhere with us. What are they doing with us? And we think these guys are just doing manual job for us. They are just trying to help themselves. Let us check very well. Even these scavengers, early in the morning, 6 o'clock, before you even wake up, they are already beating their gong. Looking for what? Looking for iron? It's beyond iron.
Couldn't that just be a source of living, trying to just make it?
Oh, not all of them. Some of them may do that. But there should be a system, there should be an agency that checkmate them very well. I went to a place in Delta. I went to a community to do a program, security program. I saw these scavengers. They were having jackets. And these jackets, their names were written and their numbers. I said, wow, I took the picture. I called the guy, even the local government and the agency in charge. You see, it was printed on the jacket. All of them must put on jacket.
They must put it on.
Yes. Because if you are doing anything wrong, they just know where you are coming from. If you are not with the jacket, you cannot carry that thing and begin to go through. But
how can we replicate these in Edo State?
We can.
Another part of Nigeria.
We can do that. I know we have an amiable commissioner of security and safety and public safety. Honorable Kingsley Wagbali. That man is doing great in the area of security. I will also rub minds with him so that we can look at this direction. So that these people that are carrying these scavengers, there should be an agency that is controlling them. Put them on check. Look at our streets, sir. Look at our junction. The thing breaks my heart. A child of 3 years on our junction, go to Ring Road, go to Apapava junction, go to Downsing, go to different places, see them begging. They're everywhere, causing nuisance. And this is insecurity. This is pure insecurity.
It's a threat on its own.
It's a big threat. They want to clean your mirror, your windscreen. They want to do one thing. Just a child of 2 years. So there are many, there are much everywhere. They're in our midst. It's like nobody's checking this thing. This little serpent you see in the room, one day will turn to anaconda and swallow anything, anybody around.
Well, I seriously want to tell you that I agree with what you said. A few months back, I was around Ugbo. There's this overhead bridge there. I just wanted to cross to the other side. I went somewhere to get something, just to cross to the other side so I could navigate back to the office. I saw some little kids, and from my own little mind, I felt I was reaching out to them. Before I got down from that pedestrian bridge, I lost my phone. My phone was missing. And it was funny. Got back there, they were nowhere on site. So I had to return back phoneless. So if we can start taking these kids out of the street, the government have said that we don't want to see children on the street, but yet we still find them in their numbers on the street, then what is wrong somewhere? Something must be wrong.
Yes. I think I will also relate it to the commissioner.
Okay.
If I live here. And I think the government should look at this aspect very well. It's posing as great danger and threat to this city, to the people that live in this city. So the government should address that one. These children you see today, you see their parents are somewhere watching them. They are growing. They are not going to school. So when they are not going to school, because education is part of security, because when the people are enlightened, to understand, they will know things about security matters. Because when they are not, one of the dangerous person, if you will joke with anybody, don't joke with somebody who is not educated. An uneducated person is very dangerous. If you live with somebody who is not educated, it's a dangerous machine. So we can do undo.
Okay. Now, we don't really have time. Seriously, I'm really having a good time here, but we have our next segment. We have Dr. Tony Sagbons, who's already standing by in UK, who will be joining us shortly to look at the next segment. But quickly, looking at the current security situation in the country and the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration, what are your expectations from him, and how can we come out of this continuous warning advisory we are getting from foreigners to their citizens in the country?
It's not a good picture, it's not a good image when it comes to security matters. For Americans and British to give their citizens with us
continuously, back to back
signals that don't go this place, don't go this place. It's very funny. The present government now, the president can sit where, because the case in the court has been taken care of. He can sit where there's no cause for excuse. So he can sit where and look at very well. He should be sincere. The president should be sincere with dealing with security matters, because the only way a country can progress is when there is security. No nation can come to your place. Nobody can do business with you when your environment is not secure.
Okay.
And the security architecture of Nigeria should be strengthened. The military, the police, every security agency, everyone that manages the security department, please, we should be sincere, and they should be encouraged. The government should also encourage them to do more. The police, they are doing their best, but they will tell you the best is not enough because of the population. The population is increasing, and the funding to the police is not increasing, and the manpower is not increasing. Thank God for our governor. I want to say it. Edo State, we are believing God that Edo State should be one of the most peaceful and safe states in Nigeria with what is going on right now.
How soon? Because there are pockets of attack in so many local governments.
We are it's in progression.
Okay.
Very soon we will get to that point where we can sleep with our two eyes closed.
All right.
With what the government is doing presently.
Thank you so much, Reverend Sharif, for taking time to join us. It's always a delight to have you. We've been speaking with Reverend Sharif Azake, and he has been actually wonderful on the show. We'll take a short break now, where we'll link up with Dr. Tony Sagbons, who's already standing by to join us from United Kingdom, London, where we'll be looking at the Israel-Gaza war that has entered over 34 days now. We'll be back after this time out. Just stay with us.